If Donald Trump had to choose which character from the movie The Wizard of Oz best represented him, he would no doubt choose the Wizard. After all, the Wizard is all-seeing and all-knowing and has a great head of hair. We'll talk about that next on All Things Beer and Bacon. Donald Trump has already self-proclaimed himself a stable genius with great and unmatched wisdom. You can always spot a great leader by how often they tell everyone how smart they are.
I'm a very stable genius.
I guarantee I have a vocabulary better than all of them, certainly most of them. I know I have an IQ better than all of them. I guarantee my IQ is much higher than any of these people. Like what? I went to a better school than they did. I'm smarter than they are. But I'll tell you what, if Putin likes me and if he thinks I'm a good, smart person, which I hope he believes it, I am. Actually, he's right, I am brilliant. I want to go home. I am Oz, the great and powerful.
Yet somehow, I think some of the other characters from the movie are better suited to represent Trump. Let's start with the Cowardly Lion.
Why, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right, I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all.
When Donald Trump got in trouble as a kid, which happened a lot, his strong-willed father shipped him off to military school to teach him discipline. We're not sure that Trump learned anything in that school, but discipline was not something that sank in. A liar and a con artist, Trump had the skill set to work the system to the hilt to make sure he never served his country in uniform. The 45th President of the United States actively sought 5 deferments to keep him out of the military during the Vietnam War, and one of those deferments came from a doctor who said he had bone spurs in his heels.
I'm not even sure, actually, that the president knows the truth about this. This is the odd thing, is he may have been examined. He took off his shoes and tried to show me these bone spurs. I didn't see anything, but
I thought he said they healed over time, Michael. How does that, is that, I'm not a doctor, but is that medically possible? You have bone spurs, then all of a sudden, oh, they miraculously cured themselves, healed themselves.
No, they don't generally heal over time, and he really did think that he was showing me something and that I saw it. You know, he pointed to his heels and say, see right there. And, you know, if you're a polite person, you don't say, well, I don't see anything. You say, uh-huh.
This is a slap in the face to all who actually served, especially to those who never came home. If you love your country, then you would never have a problem serving your country when it asks. Anyone that purposely makes excuses to avoid this responsibility is a full-blown coward.
I mean no disrespect, but you're a big disgrace. And what is all the orange stuff that's on your face? Maybe you should finally just admit you are a desperate Cheeto. Upsetting everyone you meet. Oh, stop reprimanding Puerto Rico. Throwing paper products at the people. Desperate Cheeto.
Another character from The Wizard of Oz better suited to represent Trump is the Tin Man.
Well, you're perfect now.
My neck, my neck. Perfect? Oh, bang on my chest if you think I'm perfect. Go ahead, bang on it. Beautiful. What a nickel. It's empty. The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart. No heart? No heart. All hollow. When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kinda human if I only had a heart.
It should be obvious by now to every American that Donald Trump is incapable of expressing true empathy or sympathy. Trump struggles to do the bare minimum of being a president, but it's still shocking just how much he struggles just to do the bare minimum of being a fucking human being. He continues to show that he's uncomfortable when he's around people of color. This was evident when he threw paper towels to the Puerto Rican Americans after the hurricanes. They needed real help, not a circus sideshow. Or when Trump was extremely insensitive to the widow of Army Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, who died serving his country in Africa.
What he said was...
The president.
Yes, the president said that he knew what he signed up for, but it hurts anyways. And it made me cry because I was very angry at the tone of his voice and how he said it. Like he couldn't remember my husband's name.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the president now?
No, I don't have nothing to say to him.
Donald Trump seems to be cold and devoid of feeling. The leader of the free world should be able to express genuine compassion towards any U.S. citizen who needs it, and not just when it suits his needs.
Getting worse with every stupid tweeto. Why you always talking like you're from the street, yo? Go to your account and please just hit delete-o.
Right.
Or why not the Scarecrow? Trump already has a head full of straw.
Are you doing that on purpose? Or can't you make up your mind?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain. Only straw.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Donald shows episodes of what would be called outright lunacy. For example, the idea that the U.S. would actually buy Greenland, or that vaccines cause autism, or that climate change is a hoax originating from China. In the midst of answering a question about the ongoing trade war with China, Trump even turned from reporters, looked to the heavens and proclaimed, "I am the chosen one." Really? The chosen one?
I am the chosen one.
If an airline learned that a pilot was talking publicly about being the chosen one, the airline would be looking carefully into whether this person should be in the cockpit. If the hospital had a senior surgeon behaving as Trump does, other doctors would be talking with administrators and lawyers before giving that surgeon another scalpel ever again. If the U.S. Navy knew that one of its commanders was routinely lying about important operational details, plus lashing out under criticism, plus talking in chosen one terms, the Navy would not want that person in charge of a nuclear-powered submarine. The chain of command in the Navy, or at an airline, or in a hospital would at least call a timeout and check his fitness before putting him back on the bridge, or in the cockpit, or in the operating room. Yet, here we are today.
You're the color of the sign outside the store that says Home Depot. You're a crabby, unproductive creepo. And you're in over your head too deep-o.
Get that son of a bitch off the field.
Every time you give a f***ing speech, the censors have to bleep-o. Your spray tan looks so mooey cheapo. And you're the reason that we cannot sleep-o.
It's fake news.
Desperate Cheeto, getting worse with every single stupid tweeto. Don't know why your hands are so petito. You're upsetting everyone you meet though. Desperate Cheeto.
Donald isn't really like just one of Dorothy's three friends. He's similar to all three. He has no courage, he has no brains, and certainly has no heart. If anyone, he's most like the Wicked Witch of the West. They both have funny colored skin. Hers is green, and his is orange. They both have an army of minions. Hers is flying monkeys, and his army of flying monkeys wears MAGA hats. They both wanted to rule the world, only that didn't turn out so well for her. We should be so lucky if someone threw a bucket of water on the Donald. If we missed anything, tell us in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Thanks for watching All Things Beer and Bacon.
Guys, I don't think that flying monkey roadkill is sitting so well. So, how long have you two been?
A while, okay?